Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Kai. Once again, I told you guys I was going to be back with another video. So I'm here to record another one right now. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Now, as you guys can see from the title, I actually wanted to talk about perception. And when you're on a good streak, if you like to use that word, it's totally up to you. But what causes your perception to be enhanced on retention? And what I think is the cause of that is that when you tend to start to really just become so much more aware, really, of who you are, the way that you act, the way that you feel, not just when you're retaining, right, but when you're steadily trying to improve your life. I seriously can vouch and attest to it, guys, that your perception literally changes. It's like it's like your mind, your brain, right, it starts to go through a complete rewire. It starts to flush out all the different crap that you were thinking, all the different type of stuff that you had flutter in your mind, right? And it literally just goes to show you how much you were not in control of just yourself, the way that you think, right? Because I'm on 61 days of retention right now, and more so than ever in my entire life, I can probably say that at this point in my life right now, my wavelength of thinking, just the way that I'm starting to really see things now and understand just my surroundings and stuff like that, right? How I interact with people, excuse me. Can't talk right, man. Has just become so much more developed in such a logical sense that it's actually kind of uncomprehendable, at least to me, because I'm still making sense out of it, because I never want to sound like I'm just completely BSing around, because I'm not. This is seriously how I think. This is seriously how I feel. This is seriously how I'm starting to see things, and I mean, it's pretty amazing, really, when I give it some thought, but not everybody's going to see it like that. Some people are going to really just take it any way that they want to. Some people are going to be like, well, you're just, just looking at things differently. Okay, what's the big idea? What's the point, right? But I think it's a little bit more than that. Obviously, I think that retaining does help with that. Obviously, when you retain for such a long period of time, and really just to try to better improve yourself in your life each and every single day, that just the way that you carry yourself and move on, like throughout your life, man, will just become better and better and better. Sure, keep in mind, not everything is obviously going to go your way. We all know this, so I don't even have to go into detail about that because you should already know that yourself. And, like I said, to a lot of people, it sounds ridiculous, man, but when you really think about it, I mean, it's just common sense, right? Change your mindset, change the way that you think, the way that you talk, the way that you act, because all that stuff really does have a big impact in how you'll end up moving forward in your life, you know? And, it's really important for people to understand that. Like a lot of the videos that I've made before, I gotta say that those are probably some of the best ones I've ever made, man, in my entire life. In almost every single video that I've made up until this point, it definitely has caused a shift in my own perception of my own reality, right? If I even worded that correctly, I hope I did. But what I'm saying is, at this point in my life right now, obviously, I'm not still quite yet exactly where I want to be. But that doesn't mean I'm going to let my perception of my current reality, my current situation right now, dictate whether or not, you know, okay, this isn't where I want to be. Clearly, it's not getting any better. So, I think I'm going to just sit here. I think I'm going to stay here. I think I'm just going to try to adapt to my situation and not try to elevate myself, not try to become better, lose focus on what it is that I want to do, give up my passions and my purpose in life, the things that I want to do, the things that I enjoy doing. No, when you get up on these higher streaks, man, these higher numbers of just such long periods of time, man, of retaining and going through self improvement, right? You'll really start to realize, man, wow, even though things, probably aren't exactly going my way in terms of, you know, and it could be anything, right? Your living situation, whatever. That doesn't mean that you need to stop. That doesn't mean that you need to stop doing what it is that you were doing. That clearly were giving you improvements in your life, man. You have to keep going forward with these things. You got to keep using these things to help propel you further on in life, man. In your own life, right? So, I mean, it is something to keep in mind, Like I said, everything takes time, man. Things take time. Things happen for a reason, right? Coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidences, y'all. There are no such thing as coincidences. And I'm really starting to believe that, man. I'm not saying I never really didn't believe it, but I'm really just starting to think that. Excuse me, y'all. Apologize about that. I'm really starting to think, man, that things do happen for a reason. Things got to be happening for a reason. And the way that you perceive just what you're going through right now, and you really just stop and just look back for a moment, right? Like, you'll really start to understand that, okay, this right here is just a lesson that I hadn't learned yet. So now the universe is making me go through it to help me learn that lesson and get it over with. And then after that, something better will come out of the situation. You understand? So, I really think that that's all it is, man. But never change your perception just because you may be having some faulty lines, right? When you're messing around with wires or some type of circuits, right? Like, some of the wires or circuits may have to be replaced because they're acting a little faulty, right? Or something like that. It's the same thing with you, man, and how you're perceiving your reality, your perception of your current situation. Yeah, you may be going through something right now that isn't something you want to go through, or something that's making you uncomfortable, but take it as a lesson, because soon something better will come out of that situation. You guys understand? That makes sense though, right? So I really think that's all it is, man. Like this job that I was at, that I was telling you guys about my last few videos, maybe from like a week or two ago. I was working at a scrapyard. I'm not there no more because of, the boss. He was like, hey, you know what, man? This and that. Time to go, whatever. All it was just clearly some type of lesson that I needed to learn. Maybe the advice that I got from the manager himself, which he was pretty cool. Made a check or two, and then after that, I'm on my way. I don't know where, but it's not going to be there anymore. So I just took it as a lesson, man, because I definitely did learn a lot. Not just about how the place made me feel and made me think, but just about really how precious, man, the time is that I have to really be putting into something that I actually want to do, right? Regardless of whether it's making me money or not, man, because I can care less about the freaking money, dude. As long as I have enough to get what I have to get and live comfortably, and that's it, while still maintaining that lifestyle and the balance of having the peace and all that type of crap, doing what makes me genuinely happy and all that, right? Then that's all that matters to me, man, and having support from the same like-minded people who more or less, well, most likely 99% of the time who enjoy doing the same things as me, right? Because what they say, what do they say, guys? You know about that, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe. So what you're vibrating at, the frequency that you're putting out and all that type of good stuff, is attracting the same like-minded individuals to you. You know, that's what being on seed retention, semen retention, and all that stuff provides you with, man. Is it surrounds you with the same like-minded individuals as yourself. It brings all the good things that you need towards you, but it can also bring up bad things towards you as well, which is why you need to be, confident in yourself and have belief in yourself that, okay, let me just remain vigilant, you know, let me remain calm regardless of the situation that seed retention may put me in and all that type of good stuff. And let me just stay balanced, right? Let me just stay in control and all that good stuff and not forget about what it is that I'm trying to do, you know? Because you will attract also some bad things to you when you're on retention. Not saying that's what you're intentionally doing, but sometimes those bad things can try to come, knock you out of nowhere just to try to teach you a lesson. So just make sure you take that and just don't lose focus, man, on what it is that you want to do in life, man. Do whatever you have to do to pursue, just have a good perception of the reality that you want to live. Even if you're not living it right now, man, you can create it for yourself just by thinking positive, changing your mindset, just changing really how you see, yourself just walking through life, man, good or bad. The majority of the time, the bads are just lessons that, A, you either haven't learned yet, or two, that you've learned, but maybe you might have forgotten. So now they're just coming back at you again just to try to get you back on track. So like, hey, I hope you didn't forget this lesson that, I hit you with last time, which is what the universe can be telling you. So let me throw it at you again just so, it can get you back on track because you started slipping up. You guys see what I mean? So that could be what that means, man. So y'all don't forget that. Just stay focused. Just remember the mission, man, because we're all on a mission here in this reality, man. We're all on a mission. And it's up to you to, just stay focused, man. Live your life, be happy. Stop stressing. Stress kills, man. I know y'all have heard that before. Stress definitely kills. Stress will kill you indefinitely. Stress will kill you, man, if you're not careful. You have to be careful. You have to. But most importantly of all, man, you have to make sure that you're okay at the end of the day. So just be careful how you perceive your reality, man. I guess, like I said, just about 20-something minutes ago, what am I talking about? Like I was saying just a couple minutes ago, somewhere like in the middle of my video. Just, just make sure you're okay at the end of the day. Regardless of the situation, man, just try to see the goodness out of life. Try to see the positive, man. Try to be on that positive end of life. Of course, not everything's going to be positive that comes into your life, man. But just try to be balanced in between, man, 50-50. And with that being said, y'all, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope y'all resonate with the message I left within it. Peace and much love. Look forward to the next video.